Good morning, students. Here are Ashwini teacher. I welcome you for our virtual class, and our today's topic is the ancient India culture. Okay, so that we in whole the history in sixth standard we have learned the Indian history. Now it's time to learn the culture. Now it's time to learn the what kind of cultures were there. Cultures means what it is means how we are supposed to behave, how we are supposed to accept the thought. That kind of books we are following, and the people in our language we called it as a culture. Okay, so there are various languages there in lesson number 5. We have learned about the language, few languages like Ardha Magadhi language, Pali language, Tamil language, Sanskrit language get used during that time, and even various books they get translated in a Pali language. Why? Because at that time the people knows this language. Okay, and various grammars, plays, stories, epics get also available in this language. Now a Sangham literature. Sangam means it's a coming together. Okay, Sangam means a coming together. So here Sangham means a gather, gathering of learned man. Gathering of learned man means a person who have a good knowledge about a particular language or a particular thought, a particular concept. Okay, this we call it as a learned man. Okay, so the gathering of this learned man, and they compile the literature. Compile the literature means they write something, whether it is in the form of story, whether it is in the form of the play, that is known as a literature. So combine when a learn come together and they compile a literature, it is known as Sangham literature. Okay. Now in this Sangham literature, mostly ancient literature they found in a Tamil language. These are example of this Tamil literature is Silappadhikaran and the Manimekalai. These were two of its well-known epics. Okay, and from this Sangham literature, students, we come to know that a various social, political life of our of the people, and even we that in a book in a first lesson also and in the last lesson also we have learned about the Periplus of Erythraean Sea. Okay, from this book what we come to know that various dynasties were there, and even Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep, these two islands were the part of our India from ancient time. How we come to know? We come to know only and only through the Periplus of Erythraean Sea. So in the same way, through the Sangam literature, we get the knowledge of the social and political life of the south part of India. Then the religious literature. See, this religious literature means a literature that you get the knowledge about your religion. Okay, when this ye Bhagwan ka book, wo Bhagwan ka book. Okay, so which are this religious book? These are the Ardha Magadhi, Agam Grantha, which Agam Grantha, Tipitka, and Bhagavad Gita. These three were the religious, these are the religious literature from an ancient time. Abhi bhi Bhagavad Gita is a religious literature. Agam Grantha is a religious literature. Tipitka is a religious literature, and the peoples follow this. So which are the Agam Grantha? Agam Grantha is written by the Vardhaman Mahavir, and in Agam Grantha there is a collection of teaching, whatever the teaching of the Vardhaman, it is written in a Jain Agam Grantha, and it was written in a Prakrit language, and even like this, just like a Jain Agam Grantha, there are other literature like Mahapuranas, biography stories are available in the Upper language. So Apabhramsa is a name of a language. Siddhi Sen Divakar, they have wrote a Sammay Sutta. Siddhi Sen is the name of a person who has written a Sammay Sutta in a language on a judicial system. Judicial system means how, if the problem arises, how the king will give his verdict, what kind of things he has to think before giving the verdict. All these guidance is written in a Sammay Sutta. Then the Vimal Suri, they have told a story of Rama in a Pomacharya. But this Pomacharya is a poetic work. Then the Hari Bhadra Suris, they have written Samrai Chachaka and Uddan Suris, the Kuvala Yamalaka. They are a well-known work. They are the well-known work. Okay. Now, see students, it is believed that the most of the languages of region from North India to up Maharashtra, from the north part of India till Maharashtra, they are available in which language? Prakrit language and Sanskrit language. So what is mean by Prakrit? Normally in Prakriti is there, Prakritik is there. Okay, so that's a Prakrit. Prakrit is in what, student? It's a nature. So Prakrit language is a language we use the daily life, so that can divided into 4 groups. That is a Paishachi, Susrasheni, Magaseni, Maharashtri language. Just like see Marathi language. Marathi language में एक विदर्भ language भी मराठी होती है, कोंकणी भी होती है, and Puneri bhi hoti hai. Means how language is Marathi, but there are various types. In the same way, there are 4 types of the Prakrit language: is your Paisachi, Sushreni, Magadhi, Maharashtri languages, and even Marathi developed from Maharashtri. Marathi developed from Maharashtri. Okay, Marathi developed from Maharashtri. Okay, then they are called Aparabhramsha language. And a modern language is developed from the, right now, whatever the Marathi language we all are speaking, they have developed, get from the Aparabhramsha language. Okay, so we have learned about the Agam Granthas. Now it's time for the Tipitaka. Okay, that Tipitaka, they has a 3 part. It has a 3 part, just like the Sutta Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. What? Sutta Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. So, and this Tipitaka is available in Pali language. In which language? Pali language, it is available. Now, the Sutta Pitaka, what it includes? It includes the Gautam Buddha's teaching. In Jaina Grantha, it includes the teaching of the Vardhaman Mahavir. In the same way, in Sutta Pitaka, it includes the teaching of the Gautam Buddha. Vinay. What is mean by Vinay? Vinay means rules. So in Vinay Pitaka, they have written rules and regulation. What kind of rules and regulations should be followed by the Gautam Buddha? What kind of rules and regulation get followed by the Bhikkhus and Bhikkhunis in the Buddha Sangha? It is written in a Vinay Pitaka. And Abhidhamma Pitaka. Abhidhamma Pitaka, they have written there the personal experiences of Buddhis and Bhikkhunis. Okay, so that as per that experience, they have to follow the Buddhism. So right now, also this Tipitaka we are following. Now this next, your religious literature is a Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a holy book. Holy book means it's a pure book. Mostly all the Hindus, they are following this book. So what is a teaching? What is the teaching of this book? Teaching means what is written in this book, that we have to do the work without any rewards. Without any reward. And it is said that the path of devotion to a God, it always open to all. These are the main teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, really they are very nice. If you will do a good work, अच्छा काम करोगे तो उसका फल अच्छा ही मिलेगा, बुरे काम करोगे तो उसका फल बुरा ही मिलेगा. अगर आपने if you sow a mango seed, you are going to get a mango tree. If you sow a cactus seed, you are going to get a cactus. Okay, and whatever the good things you are doing, you are not supposed to expect that you will get a reward. This is the teaching of a Gautam. This is the teaching of about the Bhagavad Gita. Now the Adi Shankaracharya. Okay, Adi Shankaracharya lived in the 8th century, and even he emphasized, he gives a knowledge and how we are supposed to be behave in the life and give a right path. And he wrote a various Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, and even his Bhagavad Gita. Okay, explain. He is not written a Bhagavad Gita. He explained various Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, and Bhagavad Gita. And he established 4 math. That is a Badrinath, Dwarkanath, Jagannath Puri, and Sringeri. Okay, these are the 4 math which was established by the Adi Shankaracharya. Even a Kautilya. Kautilya is the name of a person who wrote a Arthashastra. Arthashastra, in English we normally say as economics. Okay, Arthashastra, and each Arthashastra they have discussed what kind of excellent administrative systems should be followed by a king. It is written in a Kautilya. It is written in a Kautilya. See, if you read history, you will get a knowledge about the past of our country. If you go through with the math, you know the how to do the calculation. But if you read the Arthashastra, you should know how the administrative systems were there. And even in this Kautilya, they have written what kind of defense of a particular kingdom should be there. What are the types of forts are there for army? What kind of armies were there? And what judicial system, political system, investigation, how we are supposed to investigate ourselves. Everything is written in a Arthashastra. Now the grammar. Listen, student, where there is a language, whether it is Apabhramsa language, Agam Grantha language, and Pali language, Ardha Magadhi language, Tamil language, even Marathi language, Gujarati language, everywhere you have grammar. But in each language, grammar is same. Noun. अगर इंग्लिश में नाउन अगर पढ़ाते नेम ऑफ अ पर्सन, तो तमिल में कुछ अलग नहीं सिखाएंगे, वही बताएंगे नेम ऑफ एनीथिंग इज योर नाउन. It means that why we all are following this, because it is Ashtadhyayi, it is written by the great grammarian. See, in ancient time, Panini, he has written a book Ashtadhyayi, and still now in 21st century, we are following these rules. What I then many rules. Still we are following that. And even the Patanjali is the name of a person who wrote a Mahabhyasa. But what he wrote he explained the principle which is written in a Ashtadhyayi. But this is we have aware about a student Ramayana and Mahabharata. This Ramayana and Mahabharata is a Arsha epic. What it is? Arsha epic. What is mean by Arsha? Arsha means a rishi. Any literature or any epic which is written by any rishi, that is known as a Arsha. And we know very well Ramayana, which is written by the rishi Valmiki. And here they have written a life story of a Sri Ram, and the main character is also Sri Ram. Then the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is written by Maharshi Vyas, who has written it. Maharshi Vyas, and what is in this Mahabharata they have written a battle